Hi everyone, I am insanebrio and welcome to another GameMaker Studio coding tutorial. In the last part we saw how variable works, how to create a variable, how to change a variable, how to draw a variable and the key events to interact with the game. Today we are going to see how to check variables and to check conditions, because essentially in every game you have to check several things to make it work. For example, if you have a shooter game, you will have to check before shooting if you have ammo of that weapon, and only if you have more than 0 ammo you can shoot, else the weapon won't do anything. To do things, we are going to see the first statement of GameMaker, which is the if statement. Now I open the draw event where my object draws the variable on the position of the object itself. Now let's say that I want to draw the variable a second time on the right of the first text, for example on x plus 60. But let's say that I want to draw this second text only if I have variable equal to 5, for example. To do this you have to draw if open variable equal to 5, because as I already said, if you write only variable equal to 5, this means that you set the variable called variable equal to 5, so you set the value inside of it. If you put twice equal, it checks if a variable is equal to 5. In this case you get a return, because this thing will return a Boolean value. The Boolean values are true and false. In this case, if this is true, you will get true. If false, you will get false. And when you run a if you get all the conditions inside here true, it will execute the first line of code after the if, or you can open a couple of paragraphs and execute everything inside it. To open a paragraph you need here, you have to hold Alt and press 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. And then to close it, you have to press 1, 2, 5, always holding Alt. And this is pretty simple. Now in this case I will get a second text only if variable is equal to 5. Let's see that. By default my variable starts with 0 inside of it. Now I increase it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I get also the second text, because the draw event runs every step of the game, but it will draw the second text only if variable is equal to 5. I increase it, decrease it, but it will work only if variable is equal to 5. You can check also if the value is higher than another value, not only equal but higher or lower, just by applying variable higher equal to 5, lower or equal to 5, or even just lower than 5, higher than 5. In this case I will try higher and equal than 5. You see? It works. But now let's say that, for example, you have a certain situation when multiple conditions have to be met. For example, let's say that I want variable higher and equal than 5, but also variable lower and equal than 10. How can I do that? As you can see, GameMaker gives me an error, because I say it's not the right thing to draw. Actually, to mix multiple conditions, you have to use a Boolean operator, because here you get Boolean results, true or false, and well, to add together Boolean values you have to use a Boolean operator. And well, actually they are pretty simple. They have also a name that says what they do essentially. The Boolean operator we are going to see are two, AND and OR. The first operator is AND is the one we need in this case. The Boolean operator will sum all the conditions. and it will return true only if all the conditions are true. In this case we have 2 conditions, but we could have additional conditions, how many you want, and it will return true only and execute what inside it only if all the conditions are true. Just one condition equal to false and it won't work, it will return false and this if won't be executed. The second operator is OR, but first let's see AND. In this case I said variable equal and higher than 5 and variable equal and lower than 10, so it will be drawn only if I have between 5 and 10 included. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only between 10 and 5. The second operator is OR, which works in the opposite way. It will give true if at least one of the conditions is true, and it will give false only if all the conditions are false. Let's say, for example, to draw this thing only if I have the variable lower than 0, so a negative variable, or variable larger or equal than 10. So in this case, since you need just one condition, the variable will be drawn on if you have a value lower than 0, so a negative value, or if it is higher or equal than 10. Pretty simple. And these are the 2 main Boolean operations you are going to use. There are additional Boolean operations, but I'm not going to say that they are useless, but you will use only this one on most cases. And another thing I don't have said is that OR can be written both by writing or these 2 symbols, and AND can be written by tapping AND or with these 2 symbols. And well, I think it's all. I think it's over for this. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you understood. If you have some issue, you are free to say it in the comments below, and if you like the video, please subscribe and like. Bye!